This didn't actually happen to me, but it happened to my mom when she was a teenager. My mom is now in her 60s. She's not an overly religious woman. She doesn't read the Bible regularly, rarely goes to church, but she prays every night because that's what gives her comfort. I'll have to side note this with, I watch normal horror movies with her every so often. Nothing too crazy or gory, but spooky. One time I asked her if she wanted to watch The Exorcist, and she flat out 100% refused. She said there's absolutely no way she will ever watch anything related to possession or exorcisms. Well, that was curious. So one time the movie Constantine comes out, and I show her the trailer, asking her if she wants to watch it. She sees the girl near the beginning climbing on the ceiling, and just refuses again. I should also note, my mother will refuse and kick you out of her house if you even think about bringing a Ouija board into the house. She'll yell, scream, and cuss until you drop the subject, and that's that. I ended up asking her why exactly she refuses to watch those sorts of movies. She told me that when she was a teenager, she was at a sleepover at a friend's house. They were up playing games, and the parents were watching TV. Her and her friends were on the floor playing a board game. A game my mom had never played before. Well, come to find out, it's a Ouija board, and she doesn't know what it does. They start playing and asking a bunch of questions. They end up finding out that there was a spirit in the house. So they ask it to show itself. Nothing happens. Then they demand for it to show itself. This was her first indication that something wasn't right, because all the lights all around the house, every single room, went out immediately, including the TV, and then snapped right back on. They asked the next question, "Who are you?" The piece moved around the board in big circles with their hands on it and stops at the letter D. Then it moves to the letter E. Then to the letters V, I, L. Someone must be messing with it. This can't be real. So they ask, "If you are the devil, then show yourself." Nothing happened for a while, and then suddenly, the TV went out. In the reflection of the TV, sitting in the living room next to them, my mom and her friends, even her parents, could make out the shape of something. Something terrifying just sitting there, next to them. And then the house got extremely cold. Suddenly, loud noises could be heard in the kitchen. Stuff flying off the top of the refrigerator, the cupboards opening and closing. They immediately stopped the game, closed it up, and threw it in the trash, never to play it again. Later that night, my mom was soundly asleep and was awoken by something loud and clanging on the roof. She listened intently, and she can hear what sounded like chains and dogs up on the roof. She thought, "That's not possible. It must be outside somewhere, maybe the neighbors." She woke up the next morning and went and talked to her friend's parents and asked them if any of the neighbors had any dogs. They told her no. Then they told her they also heard the dogs and the chains up on the roof.